Heydey-ho, and welcome back to the Yours in Old FoMoCo Iron YouTube channel. My name is Adrian Clements, and today in video number 23 we're going to see and learn about a very special 1967 Ford Fairlane GT two-door hardtop with a factory W code 427 4-barrel 410 horsepower V8 engine. A car that should not exist according to the period FoMoCo literature. We'll have a look at that literature and other documentation, and we'll see photos of the car with detailed explanations, including the car's Deluxe Marti Report. If you like this video, please spread the word about the Yours in Old FoMoCo Iron YouTube channel with your old car friends. Let's get to it. The 1967 Ford Carfax book contains very detailed information for salesmen about each model in the Mustang, Falcon, Fairlane, Ford full-size, and Thunderbird vehicle lines. Section B, page 9 of the Fairlane part of the book states the following. Offered for the first time in '67 by Fairlane is the 427 cubic inch Cobra 4-barrel and 8-barrel engines for the ultimate in power and performance. Model availability for these engines is limited to Fairlane and Fairlane 500 Club Coupes and Fairlane 500 and Fairlane 500 XL hardtops. The availability of the 427 engines only in these four models was listed twice more on this same page, below both the Fairlane transmission shift lever locations table and the power team selections table as shown in the green highlights. Section H, page 9 of the Engines part of the 1967 Ford Carfax book has details about the W code 427 4-barrel 410 horsepower V8 engine and the R code 427 8-barrel 425 horsepower V8 engine, and corroborates the information in the Fairlane section by stating that these engines are available as optional equipment on Fairlane, Fairlane 500 Club Coupes, Fairlane 500 Hardtop, and Fairlane 500 XL hardtop. Looking at section B, page 6 of the Fairlane part of the book, we see that the 1967 Fairlane GT and GTA came standard with the C code 289 2-barrel 200 horsepower V8 engine, with the Y code and H code 390 2-barrel 270 horsepower V8 engines, and the S code 390 4-barrel GT 320 horsepower V8 engine as the only options. So this page also matches the other two already seen that state by corollary that the 427 engine was not available in the Fairlane GT and GTA. The cover page of the Fairlane section lists the 13 models that made up the 1967 Fairlane lineup. The green highlights show the 4 models in which the 427 engines could be ordered, while the red highlight shows the 9 models in which the 427 engines were not available, including the Fairlane GT and GTA. I put together this table of 1967 Ford Fairlane production for all 13 models, and the 4 models in which the 427 engines were available are shown in green, namely body serial codes 30, 33, 35, and 40, where the body serial code is the 3rd and 4th digits of the VIN. The lone red row is to highlight that the Fairlane GT and GTA hardtop, body serial code 42, was not available with the 427 engine. Knowing that the 1967 Ford Carfax book was printed at the beginning of the 1967 model year, most likely in September 1966, and knowing that things often changed during the course of the model year, this 1967 Fairlane passenger car prices, page 6, updated on February 17, 1967, also shows that the 427 engines were only available in body serial codes 30, 33, 35, and 40. One final check is this Ford Manufacturer's Label Prices booklet from May 29, 1967, which was only 2 months before production of the 1967 Fairlanes wrapped up at the end of July 1967. Page 7 of this price book matches all of the documentation already seen. The 427 engines were only available in body serial codes 30, 32, 35, and 40. Years and years ago, when I was working at the Ford Michigan truck plant in Wayne, Michigan as the in-plant sealers, coatings, and adhesives technical service representative, I first heard about the existence of a unicorn, a 1967 Fairlane GT Hardtop with vehicle identification number, or VIN, 7H42W207669 that had the W code 427 4-barrel 410 horsepower V8 engine. But how could a 67 Fairlane GT have been produced with a 427 engine when all of the literature is unanimous and clear that that engine wasn't available in that model? I did some investigating at the time and was able to secure this FoMoCo internal Mini 99 report for VIN 7H42W207669. The Mini 99 report is a single-page document that contains all of the information in the electronic production records for a given car. The right portion of the first line and the left portion of the second line are the vehicle order image, or VOI, that contains all of the information about this car in coded form. In the VOI, we can see the following: the VIN of 7H42W207669 in columns 1 through 11, the color code of 8 in column 15, the trim code of 8A in columns 18 and 19, the date code of 06F in columns 24, 25, and 26, the DSO code of 890234 in columns 70 and 71, and columns 32 through 35. And finally, the trans code of 5 in column 44. This quickly decodes to a springtime yellow 1967 Fairlane GT Hardtop with a black all-vinyl bucket seat interior, a 427 4-barrel 410 horsepower V8 engine, top-loader 4-speed manual transmission, scheduled to be built on Tuesday, June 6, 1967, and ordered through FoMoCo's Transportation Services under Special Order Number 0234. Under the black blocks at the bottom of the Mini 99 report was a name, shown as first name initial plus middle name initial plus surname altogether, and a street address. The car was produced on June 27, 1967, but the current owner effective date of the name at the bottom was July 10, 1968, just over a year later. This being a Ford car, I assumed that the car had been sold on Ford's B lot as a used company vehicle, and the name at the bottom of the Mini 99 report must have been a Ford employee who bought the car from the B lot. So I started poking around in the Ford employee directory, and after a couple of dead-end phone calls, I found myself talking with Mr. GS. And not only was he the one that had bought the car off the B lot, but he still owned the car. He said that he had driven the car regularly into the early 1970s, then stored it, did some restoration work in the 1980s, and only drove it sparingly in good weather by the time we talked in the early 2000s. In another incredible bit of luck while working on the 2005 to 2006 Ford GT program from February 2004 through February 2006, I met a fellow named John Christ whose father had seen this very car on the B lot in July 1968, immediately wanted to buy it, but on his way in to the B lot sales office, he passed Mr. GS, who had just purchased the car, coming out of the office. Fast forward to late June 2014 when the Fairlane Club of America National Meet was held in Dearborn, Michigan. And lo and behold, guess what car showed up? Yes, the springtime yellow 67 Fairlane GT Hardtop with the factory W code 427 4-barrel 410 horsepower V8 engine. The car looks really sharp with the springtime yellow paint, black vinyl roof, styled steel wheels, and black all-vinyl bucket seat interior. Please note that the black 3-strip racing tape stripes between the wheel cutouts are missing from both sides of this car. You can just see one of the all-red 427 cubic inch fender flags on the leading edge of the passenger fender. These were FoMoCo part number C6AZ-16228-F for this side and C6AZ-16229-C for the driver's side. The chrome-topped open element air cleaner sits atop a Holley 4150 Le Mans carburetor, Holley list number 3255-1, Ford engineering number C5AF-9510-BV, rated at 780 cubic feet per minute of flow rate. That amount of flow rate really let that W code 427 4-barrel engine breathe. Power front disc, rear drum brakes were standard equipment on the 67 Fairlane GT, and the power brake booster and disc brake master cylinder are still in place. The radiator support VIN stamping shows star 7H42W207669 star. As they should, the VIN and production data from the Deluxe Marti Report, or DMR, exactly match the information from the Mini 99 report, namely VIN 7H42W207669, body 63D, color 8, trim 8A, date 06F, DSO 890234, axle unknown, trans 5. The axle code is most likely a 7 for the 3.89 to 1 non-locking unit with a 9-inch diameter ring gear that was installed in all of the regular 1967 Ford and Mercury intermediates with 427 engines. The DMR shows that this car was originally ordered as an executive vehicle for somebody at Ford Motor Company labor relations staff in Dearborn. Did you notice that this car was ordered on Friday, April 28, 1967, but wasn't actually built until a day less than 2 months later on Tuesday, June 27, 1967? This car was built with the following equipment: W code 427 4-barrel, 410 horsepower V8 engine, black vinyl roof, top loader 4-speed manual transmission, visibility group, F70/14 wide oval white sidewall nylon tires, console, deluxe steering wheel, AM radio, tinted glass, front shoulder harnesses, and styled steel wheels. Notice in the blue statistics box that this 1967 Fairlane GT Hardtop is one of one with this engine and transmission. I can tell you that this car is the only 67 Ford intermediate car built with a 427 engine outside the normal cars with body serial code 30, 33, 35, and 40. Pretty cool, eh? Thank you for watching video number 23. I hope you enjoyed learning about this 1967 Ford Fairlane GT Hardtop with the W code 427 4-barrel, 410 horsepower V8 engine. Please be sure to check out videos number 1 through 22 on my channel for more interesting FoMoCo related content. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you enjoy my videos and want to support my efforts, please share the Yours in Old FoMoCo Iron YouTube channel with your old car friends. If you have any questions or if you have a suggestion for a future video topic, please feel free to email me at adrian.clements@me.com. Yours in Old FoMoCo Iron, Adrian.